Dear students, in this section, we will see how divide and conquer approach is used to solve the problem for finding the minimum and maximum value in a given list of n elements. We have already studied how this problem can be solved using brute force approach. That is in our first module, right? The time required or the time complexity using brute force technique is 2n minus 2. And if you use divide and conquer approach to find the maximum and the minimum value from the given list, we can observe that there is a 25% improvement in the total computing time. So we will design the algorithm first in these sections, and then also we derive the recurrence relation from the algorithm, and finally we will analyze the time complexity from the recurrence relations. Dear students, assume that we have of n integers and we need to find the maximum and minimum value from this list, right? That is our problem. Based on the number of elements or size of n or the value of n, we can define three different situations or three different cases. In the first case, if the list containing only one element or one item, then we are sure that both the minimum and maximum value is the same item. Then no need of any comparison is required here. So the list containing only one item, so we can decide immediately the maximum and minimum value is the same item. In the second situation, assume that the list containing two items. In this case, we require to make one comparison to decide which item is larger and which one is smaller. Therefore, from the above two situation or two different cases, we can decide that these two cases shows the problem is small in size. So when n is equal to 1 or n is equal to 2, we can decide the problem is smaller in size. So we can compute the solution directly either 0 or 1 comparison. So if the number of item is 1, no comparison is required. So 0 comparison is required. And if the number of items are 2, then we need only one comparison. In that cases, we can directly solve the result, or we can directly find the minimum and maximum value from the list. On the other hand, assume that the third situation, we assume that the list containing more than two items. In this situation, according to divide and conquer approach, we need to divide the problem into subproblems and solve each of the subproblems recursively. For example, if the list containing 8 items, then divide the list into two sublists, each contain 4 items each. Now find the maximum and minimum value from the first sublist. Similarly, find the maximum and minimum value from the second sublist. Now we have two minimum values and two maximum values, right? To obtain the minimum value in the list, we just compare the minimum among these minimum values obtained from two sublist. So that is the minimum value in a given list. Similarly, the maximum value in a list can be obtained by comparing the maximum of these two maximum values obtained from the list 1 and list 2. That are these are the two sublists, and we can decide that is a maximum value in a given list. See in the problem statement in the first slide, given a list of n elements, the problem is to find the maximum minimum items. So based on the divide and conquer approach, how it works? Let P is equal to n comma a of I to a of j denote an arbitrary instance of the problem. Here n is the number of elements in the list, a of I to a of j. So I told that is the index value. A of I is a of 1 or a of 0, and a of j is a of n or a of n minus 1. If we start the index value from 0, then the upper value index value is equal to n minus 1. And if we start the index value from 1, then the upper value is equal to, that is, n. And if the list has more than 2 elements, P has to be divided into smaller instances, right? For example, we might divide P into the two instances, the P1 and P2. So the P1 containing n divided by 2 items, because we are dividing, n is the number of items. So it contains a of 1 to a of n by 2. So if you start the index value from 1. The second list, P2, contains n minus n divided by 2. So that is true, because if the number of items are 8, so the 8 divided by 2, that will get 4. So n by 2 is 4. So n minus n by 2, that is equal to 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4. So the items are stored from a of 5 to a of 6 and a of 7 and a of 8, because that is a of n by 2 plus 1, because still a of n by 2 is in the first list. So if that is, assume that the n is in odd number, it is not even, that is n value is equal to 9. So n by 2 is 4 only. So the first list containing, that is a1 to a4, and second list containing 9 minus n by 2, that is 4, that is total items are 5. 9 minus 4 is equal to 5, and that will start from a of n by 2 plus 1. N by 2 plus 1 is 4 plus 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So after having divided P into two smaller subproblems, we can solve them by recursively invoking the same divide and conquer algorithm. See, this is the divide and conquer algorithm that shows in the slide. So here the function definition. So we can see that is, it function does not return any values, right? So this is void. The maximum minimum is the name of the function, and ij indicates two indices, that is lower value and upper value of the list, and type the maximum and type minimum. So it is the address is passed, so we can, even that is, you can directly write the values you can pass. Here it is assume that the actual parameters are pointers, and that's why the address is used, because we want to save the changes. That is why whatever the changes you make in the maximum and minimum, that will reflect in the main program. So that's why we are passing the pointer, we are passing the address, and in the formal and in the function definition, the parameters are, that is addresses. So there is, we are passing the address, and here should be, it is equal to pointers. So that is means that is, we are passing the addresses. So we are passing the addresses. So here a of 1 to n is a global array. Parameter I and j are integers. So it indicates I is greater than equal to 1 and j is less than equal to n. and the effort is to set maximum and minimum to the largest and the smallest values in A of ij respectively. Now the first case, so I have already mentioned that there are three situations. And the first situation, if I is equal to j, because I and j are the lower and upper index values, right? Index values. So I equal to j means there is only one item. So maximum and minimum is equal to a of I or a of j. That is small. That we can say the problem is very small. And if this condition is not true, and we can go to the else part, and in this, if I equal to j minus 1, I equal to j minus 1 means if I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 2, I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 2. That is why I is equal to j minus 1. J is 2 minus 1 is equal to 1 equal to 1. This condition is true. So another case of smaller. So in this case, the list containing two items. That's why there is one comparison is required. If a of I is less than a of j. If a of I is less than a of j, then maximum is assigned to a of j and minimum is equal to a of I. Otherwise, if this condition falls, the else part will execute and maximum is assigned to a of I and minimum is equal to a of j. So in this, only one comparison is required enough, and in this case comparison is not required. These both are smaller problem when the problem is small. Now, if the problem is not small, we'll come to the third situation. So if P is not small, divide P into subproblems. So find where to split the set into mid. So what is our integer? Mid equal to I plus j divided by 2. So the mid indicates the index value. We are finding the mid value because we want to split the entire list into two sublists. So I and j are the lower and upper index values. So if in our case, if 8 is number of items, so 1 to 8, so 1 plus 8 is 9, 9 divided by 2 is equal to 4. So then again, type is equal to maximum and minimum, and type may be any data type, integer, float, or any other data type, double, long, short, any data type. So now after getting the mid values, we are calling two function call statement. So maximum, minimum, starting from I equal to mid. I is the lower index value, mid is the upper index value, and we are passing maximum and minimum. So if it is the this is the address, then we have to pass that is equal to, this is not there is this the ampersand is not required. Ampersand is not required here. So here actually should be pointers. So then we can pass this is equal to address. There is slight changes because this is an algorithm for understanding. That's enough. So algorithm we can understand. When we convert into the algorithm can be converted into any type of program, any language program, we can convert this algorithm into program for any type of language. So that is why some languages pointer may not be there, right? So this is go to, no need for that is go to ampersand here. You just forget about what is ampersand. So in the second call, maximum, minimum, we are passing that is lower value is mid plus 1. So in our case 5 and 8 and maximum 1 and minimum 1. You see here. So in our first case, we are passing maximum and minimum with there is original list lower and the upper index values, and we are passing maximum and minimum. And in the if the value of n is greater than 2, then we are calling two function call statement, same function call statement with different in parameters. So here I is the lower value, mid is the upper value, maximum and minimum, and here it is the lower value is mid plus 1 and is j is upper value and maximum 1 and minimum 1. So this will give maximum and minimum in the left sublist, and this maximum and this recursive call will give the maximum minimum or find the maximum minimum in the right sublist. So this is maximum 1 and minimum 1. So once we have the maximum and minimum one in the sublist 1 and maximum 1 and minimum 1 in the sublist 2, we need two comparisons to obtain the maximum and minimum in the list. So if maximum, next statement, if maximum is less than maximum 1, that is the, if the maximum obtained from the first recursive function call maximum minimum is less than the maximum value obtained from the second maximum minimum, then maximum is assigned to maximum 1. This is the maximum of the list. So similarly, if minimum is greater than minimum 1, means if the minimum obtained from the maximum minimum in the first call is greater than the minimum 1 obtained in the maximum minimum in the second call, then the minimum is assigned to minimum 1, minimum 1. Otherwise what? Otherwise that is minimum equal to minimum only. Otherwise minimum equal to this minimum, and if this condition falls, maximum equal to maximum only. So this is the algorithm. This is the algorithm. We will simulate with an example how it works. Now you see, suppose we want to simulate the maximum minimum on the following 9 elements. So the A is 9. These index values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to A 9, and lower index value is 1 and upper index value is 9. And we have the numbers, we have the item 22, 13, 5, minus 8. So these are not sorted in any order. This is the unsorted items. So now we can see we are finding, that is the first passing maximum minimum with lower value is 1 and upper value is 9, and that is 9, and what is the maximum and minimum obtained is equal to 60 and minus 8. So actually what happened means here we goes on how to find it. So in the list you see that is 1 and 9, divide by 2, and this is the mid value, and this is a sub list, that is the first sub list 22, 13, minus 5 and 8, right? The maximum of 22, 13, minus 5, 8 is equal to what? That is minimum is equal to 8, right? This is the minimum, and maximum is equal to 22. So from, if we divide, consider this is for this. So this sublist, the maximum and minimum, that is for this, the maximum, that is upper value this 1, lower value is 1, upper value is 4, right? Upper value is this is upper value is not 5, it is 4 only, it is 4, and here the lower value is, the upper value is, that is 5 and it is equal to 9. There is a slight change here, and from this list we can find this is the maximum value 60 and this is equal to 70 minimum value. And when we compare the entire list, that is the name indicates the comparison, that is with the maximum and minimum value. One index value and upper index value is 9 and maximum value is 60 among this, and minus 8 is the minimum value, right? And this indicates this lower part, and this value indicates this upper part from 5th to 47, right? Now from here then we again this list is divided into, again because it is greater than 4, divided into 2 parts. So this 1 and 2, 22 and 30, 22 and 13, 22 and 13. So in this, if consider the 5 items, so it is why, that is why it is 22, 13 and minus 5 it is considered. So it is 5 items which considered, and here it is 4 items are considered. Here just assume that the first list containing 5 items and second list containing 4 items. That is why, that is a 1 to 5, and among 1 to 5, 22 is the maximum and minus 8 is the minimum. So in this case, each contains second list containing the 4 items. So the maximum value is 60 and minimum value is 17, and here the index value is starting from 6 to 9. Now among these 5 items, again what we do, it is greater than 2, so divide into 2 parts. So what the first list containing, that is 1 to 3, and among this the index value, that is 1, lower value, upper value is 3, and 22 is the maximum value and minus 5 is the minimum value. And second, up to the, we are divided entirely into 2 parts, right? So this is equal to this containing 4 and 5 index values, lower and upper, and 15 and minus 8. Similarly here, among these 4 we divide into 2 parts, and it is 6 and 7 is one list, and 8 and 9 is another list, and 6 and 7 you see here, 6 and 7 is only two items, so you can directly obtain 6 and 7. There is no further division is there, directly solution is available, that is 17 is the smallest item and 16 is the largest item. Similarly here there are two items only, so no more division here, no more division. 8 and 9 lower index, upper index, and 31 and 47 are the minimum and the maximum values. Now here there are two items, so in this case then when we are dividing, that is go to 4 and 5. 4 and 5 there are two items and no more division, that is we are not dividing the problem into again, because there is two items, answers are directly available, so that is go to 4 and 5 index values, and 15 is the maximum value, minus 8 is the smaller value. And in this case there are three items, so we cannot solve it directly because it is number of items more than 3. So we divide the list into 2, and the first part containing what, that is go to 1 to 2, 1 to 2 first part, and second part containing what, only one item, that is go to, that is the 3, 3 to 3, and don't contain only one item, that is there is no comparison is required, that is maximum, maximum and minimum is to the same, and here 13 is the minimum and 22 is the maximum. So we can see when we divide, that is with 5, so we will get a subpart, sublist, and this sublist. Again we divide it, and we will get a 3, 1 to 3 and one part, and 4 to 5 is another part, that is go to this and this, right? Now again we divide this 1 to 3 into two parts, and 1 to 2 is one sublist, and 3 to 3 is another sublist. Now see, now 1 to 2 is, that is the answer is directly available, that is this is solved first, that is why its number is 1, and this is solved second because that is only one item, so this is go to 2, number is 2. So again if this is and this answer is available, then what is that, 1 2 3 answer is available, so compare this minimum, that is 13 and minus 5, minimum is minus 5, and compare 22 and that is minus 5, 22 is the maximum, so this is a third step, it is solved. Now after solving this, so this containing only two items, 4 and 5, directly the answer will be available, that is 15 and minus 8. So now these two items, that is this is the maximum minimum for this call, fifth call. So what happened, so compare 22 and 15, so 22 is the maximum and minus 5 is the minus 8, and minus 8 is the minimum, right? And this is solved, and now come to transfer to this here, that is 6 to 9. So again in number of items are more than 4, so we cannot, the answer is not directly available because the number of items are more than 2. So we divide it again, 6 to 7 are 1, 6 to 7 are in one list, and 8 to 9 are in another list. So in this case answer is directly available because two items 60 and 17, so that is maximum value is 60 and minimum value is 17, and in this case, so that is a 6, so it is solved now, and now 8 and 9, so in this case it is also solved. Now compare these two, because this maximum minimum, this is the result of maximum minimum, this is the result of maximum minimum, and these are under this call. So then compare the 60 and 47, so 60 is the maximum, compare 17 and 31, 17 is the minimum. Now this part is available, 8 is also solved, 5 and this 8, these are the maximum and minimum recursive call for this recursive call, first recursive, and it is solved finally because the answer is available 22 and 60, so maximum is 60, minus 8 and 17, minus 8 is the minimum. So this is the answer. This is the way how it works. Now we'll see what is the time complexity of this divide and conquer approach. So we have to, from the divide and conquer approach, we can derive the recurrence relation. Now we will see the recurrence relation here, T of n is equal to 0 if n is equal to 1. What is the meaning? So if number of elements in the list is equal to 1, no comparison is required, so it is equal to, the comparison is 0. If the n is equal to, if n is equal to 2, number of items in the list equal to 2, then there is only one comparison is required, that is equal to 1. And if n is greater than 2, that is the problem, we cannot directly solve it. So what we are doing? So we divide the problem into two sublists, each with t of n by 2 plus t of n by 2. So time required to solve first half or first sublist with n by 2 items, time required to solve or find the maximum minimum among the second sublist, that is n by 2, plus 2 is required, 2 is the 2 comparison is required for when we find the maximum minimum value from this list and maximum and minimum value from the second half list. So there are two minimum values and two maximum values. So again we want to decide which one is the minimum. So one comparison is required and which one is the maximum. We need one more comparison. So that is why it is 2. So this is how we derived the recurrence relation from the divide and conquer approach for the problem of finding the maximum minimum value. Now we can solve it. T of n by 2 plus T of n by 2. This is the recurrent relation what we have to consider. So that is like we can write 2T of n by 2 plus 2. Right, this add this and 2T of n by 2 plus 2. So what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of these two? These 2 and T of n by 2 plus 2. So what is the value of B here? The value of B is 2 here and value of A is equal to 2. So what is the meaning? So the meaning is we are dividing the problem into two sublists and we want to solve both the sublists. We cannot eliminate any one part. So that is why if we divide the list into two and we have to solve the left part and we have to solve the right part, and both the part we will get a minimum value and maximum value, and right side also we will get a minimum and maximum value. Then two comparisons are required to find the maximum minimum value among these two. So using the substitution method or master theorem we can solve it, both the method, right? So if we are using that is master theorem, so what we can say, that is the master theorem we can easily apply, because that is equal to f of n, we can say that is equal to n to the power, because this is 2 is a constant, so n to the power 0, that d is equal to 0. So if substitution method, 2 into t of n by 2 can be replaced by 2t of n by 4 plus 2. So what is then multiply 2 into, that is 2 into 2 is 4 t of n by 4 plus 2. So this we can write 2 to the power 2 t of n by 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 1, right? So if you apply the substitution, we can write that is 2 to the power 3 t of n divided by 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 1, and we can continue here. We can write 2 to the power I into t of n divided by 2 to the power I plus 2 to the power I plus 2 to the power I minus 1 plus 2 to the power I minus 2 up to 2 to the power 1, up to 2 to the power 1. 2 to the power 0 is missing, right? So there is no 1 here. So finally what we can do? So see, that is we have the problem when that is n is equal to 2, there is only one comparison. We should get this value 1. If it is 0, we cannot solve it. So to get the value 1, what we are doing? So this is what we can say, that is equal to this. We will continue here and we can write 2 to the power k minus 1. Before this, 2 to the power k minus 1 t of n divided by 2 to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k minus 2 and till 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 1, right? And 2 to the power k, if t of 2 to the power k, that is assume that 2 to the power k itself is equal to 2 to the power I and it is the n. We are expressing n in the form of 2 to the power k, or we can take n 2 to the power I also, no problem. Even that is I on k, any constant we can take it, no problem. So here 2 to the power k minus 1 and here t of 2 to the power n divided by 2 to the power k minus 1. 2 to the power k minus 1 is equal to what? That is equal to 2 to the power k is, 2 to the power k is, that is n minus 1 is equal to minus, that is the actually, that is it will go to upper part. it will go to upper part. So n 2 to the power k itself is n, right? N divided by n, that will cancel and 2 will remain. So that is why t of 2. When the number of items is equal to 2, we will get the value 1. That is why 2 to the power k minus 1 into t of 2, t of 2, t of 2. And now the remaining part what we are getting here, so this indicates what? 2 to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k minus 2 up to that is 2 to the power 1, right? That we can write 2 to the power k, that is we can write 2 to the power k entire minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 is 1. This if it is 2 to the power k minus 1, 2 to the power k plus 2 to the power k minus 2 plus 2 to the power k minus 3, and if it is 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 1, and plus if it is 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 0, if it is there we can write that is equal to 2 to the power k entire thing minus 1, right? So but if it is 2 to the power k, 2 to the power 0 is not there, that is why what? 2 to the power k minus 2, that is why 2 of 2 to the power k minus 1 into t of 2, and entire thing is we can replace by 2 to the power k minus 2. And I hope you understood this, because we have solved many similar problem in our previous classes. While solving the recursive algorithms, while analyzing the time complexity of the recursive algorithm, we have solved many similar problems. So if you have any doubt, you can clarify during the discussion time. So what is here? 2 to the power k minus 1 plus 2 to the power k minus 2. So you apply this is equal to 2 to the power, that is n. So that is equal to 2 to the power n divided by 2 plus 2 to the power k, and that is this is n, the 2 to the power k minus 1 we can write 2 to the power k divided by 2, right? Plus 2 to the power k minus 2. So 2 to the power k can be replaced by n now. N divided by 2 plus n minus 2. So if we add this, we will get 3n divided by 2 minus 2. 3n divided by 2 minus 2. So I need the separate steps for this, because we have already solved such problems, and many problems we have solved, and this is also you have to consider as an assignment. This is also you have to consider an assignment, and I need the detailed steps here, for each and every steps I need, and how you got the value 2 to the power k minus 2. This also I need. So you consider as an assignment. This is considered an assignment. So what we are getting? 3n divided by 2 minus 2. So in our straightforward method, we have the time complexity 2n minus 2, and when compared to 2n minus 2, the 3n divided by 2 minus 2 is that is a better time complexity, that improves 25% saving of total time. Okay. Now we'll see what is space complexity of this maximum and minimum algorithm using the divide and conquer approach. Space complexity, we are not using any additional space here, but we are using recursion. And when we are using recursion, automatically, that is, I already told the previous binary search problem, that is for each binary recursive call, a frame pointer, that is the activation record will create, and it will contain, that is the formal parameters, local parameters, and previous frame pointers, address of the return address, etc. So for each time, each call, it create an activation record. That is the additional memory space required for this divide and conquer approach to find the maximum minimum problem. So we in this is the end of the sections, and afternoon please complete the assignments. I have only, that is already I told one assignment here. Complete the time complexity analysis, and the second assignment here. So this is formulate the recurrence relation for the binary search problem based on divide and conquer approach. Solve the above recurrence relation using both substitution and Marshall theorem method. So we have solved already this. but I want the reconciliation, and we want to you because already we have discussed this, and you complete the entire problem and solve it using the both methods, substitution and master. And the assignment is here. Apply divide and conquer binary search algorithm to the below list of items and simulate the steps for searching the key item 122.5 minus 15.7 and 530.0. So list of items are given. So I want the detailed step, and you have to number it. Which one that is solved first, and what is the next? What is next? We have already solved such simulation. I have already solved in the in our class, right? Is apply divide and conquer minimum maximum algorithm to the below list of items and similar steps. So here we want to find the maximum minimum. Here also I need that is the steps with the numbers. Please complete it and submit before 6 o'clock. I wish all the best. Thank you.